Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Muhammad Fayyad bin Muhammad Yusof. My Dimetri is VA24034. First of all, we start with the introduction first. For the video, we present two cases, which is the local and the international. Firstly is the local. Tower crane accident by the HEP Construction neighborhood that caused a fatality and accident. The charge sheet aligned that the company failed to protect each employee health, safety and welfare at the work to the extent that it could. At around 10:30 am at the proposed meat development site at CRI Multimedia Section 7 Shah Alam on January 2, 2018, which resulted in an incident that killed a worker and left other 3 workers injured. On 12 August 2015, the international cases happened, which a series of explosions at the port of Tianjin in Tianjin, northern China, killed a lot of people, according to the official reports, and injured hundreds of the others. The explosion occurred at the container storage station in the Binhai New area of Tianjin, China. The explosion was large enough to photograph by the Himawari, which is a geostationary meteorological satellite operated by the Japan Meteorological Agency, which is JMA. Beyond the insurance, the cost to the business of the break in the supply chain caused by the explosion was estimated around $9 billion, making it the most expensive supply chain disruption of 2018.
My name is Muhammad Hafiz Akmal bin Bohairi and my metric number is PA24033. Now, I would like to present on the case fact. The case fact stated that the firm is accused of failing to ensure, as far as is practicable, the safety, health and welfare while at work of all of its employees, which resulted in a fatal accident involving an Indonesian employee, Mat Rais, 38 years old, during the operation of a tower crane. Mat Rais was killed when the tower crane fell on him. Crane fell off due to failure while operating the tower crane and lack of supervision. The incident also left 3 other workers injured. They are Indonesian national Sudami, 50 years old, and 2 Bangladeshi nationals, Tofazal Hussein, 41, and Raja Mia, 33 years old. HAB Construction Sendirian Berhad held responsibility over this incident after this negligence in the accidental caused death and injury to the Indonesian and Bangladeshi workers. Now, I would like to continue on the first segment of the element of negligence, which is the duty of care. Firstly is providing a safe work environment. Employers must ensure that all workplaces are free from hazards that could cause injury or fatality. This obligation includes maintaining stability of safety around workplace. Next is providing safety training and supervision. Employees are responsible for training workers on potential hazards, safe practices, and supervise their work to avoid any unwanted incident.
Assalamualaikum Doctor. My name is Nur Alam Maisara binti Muhammad Rustam. My ID number is PA24017. So I will continue on explaining the elements of negligence, the breach of duty and the damage. Let's start with breach of duty. This occurs when an employer fails to uphold their responsibilities. In this case, the employee's lack of supervision during the crane's operation demonstrates a breach. By neglecting to enforce safety protocols, the company failed to protect its workers. Lastly, we have damage. Unfortunately, this breach resulted in a fatal accident. An Indonesian worker lost his life when the crane fell on him and 3 others sustained injuries. This tragedy underscores the severe consequences of negligence in the workplace. And now, let's move on discussing the legal outcome of this negligence case. Following the crane accident, the employee was held accountable for the tragic incident. Out of responsibility, the employer paid 10,000 ringgit as compensation to the family of the deceased worker. This financial support was meant to provide some relief to the family for their loss, though no amount can truly replace a loved one. Not only that, the company also covered the cost of sending the deceased worker's remains back to his home country, Indonesia, so that his family could properly grieve and honor him in his homeland. Last, for the 3 other workers who were injured in the incident, the company also took responsibility in covering all medical expenses associated with their treatment. This step demonstrates an effort, albeit reactive, to address the injuries caused by the lack of adequate safety measures. All of these highlight the consequences employers face when they fail to meet duty of care. Such cases emphasize the importance of prioritizing worker safety to avoid irreversible harm. Thank you.
Then we goes to the recommendation for the local accident. One of the foundational steps in the ensuring tower crane safety is the proper training and certification for operators. Operators should undergo the rigorous training program that include both theoretical knowledge and practical experience. Certification ensure that the operator have the necessary skill and understanding to handle the crane safely. Continuous education and recertification can help operator to stay updated with the latest safety protocols and technological advancement. Then we can go to the regular inspection and maintenance of the tower cranes are paramount to prevent the mechanical failure that could lead to the accident. Cranes should be inspected frequently of any sign of wear and tear, and maintenance schedule should be adhered to strictly. Inspection should cover the critical components such as a brake, ropes, and electrical system. Any defects identified during the inspection should be addressed immediately to ensure the crane is the optimal working condition. And lastly is the clear communication among all the workers is vital for the safe crane operation. Establishing of the communication protocols and using a hand signal of a radio can help to ensure everyone is aware of their roles and responsibilities. Effective communication can prevent the misunderstanding and coordinate the action efficiently.
Today, I will discuss the tragic explosion that occurred in Tianjin, China 2015. This explosion happened when it took place at a container storage station in the Binhai New area of Tianjin. It began with a fire that quickly escalated into a reaction. Then the first explosion was followed by a much larger one, involving approximately 1,800 tons of ammonium nitrate. The root cause was the auto-ignition of nitrocellulose stored in one of the containers. The impact of this explosion was, with over 170 people, including firefighter workers, lost their life. More than 700 people were injured. Also, the explosion caused massive destruction with 1,000 vehicles destroyed and damage to the building. Additionally, there was significant environmental damage caused by the release of toxic chemical to the area. Element of negligence. First, duty of care. The Ruhai International Logistic Warehouse had a clear duty to safely store hazardous materials such as ammonium nitrate, follow safety regulation, maintain fire system, and ensure regular safety check. However, this duty was breached in three significant ways. First, unsafe storage of chemical. Hazardous material was stored improperly, which violate essential safety regulation. Second, lack of fire system. The warehouse lack of adequate fire suppression system, which is significantly increased the risk of an explosion. Third, neglecting safety protocols. Regular safety checks were not conducted, and basic safety standards were completely ignored.
Good morning, Doctor. My name is Yukio Lee, PA240 at 9. So I will continue on the damage part in negligence. So the explosion at the port of Tianjin has killed 173 people and injured 797 of others, according to official report. Same as what my previous member has said. More than 700 buildings, 12,400 cars have been damaged, as well as more than 7,500 shipping containers. The blaze also brought several pollution to nearby waterways, and so there appeared to be no lasting damage to the Wuhai Sea. So we can see from my right side of the pic, the damage. This is the picture after the blaze of this disaster. So next. For the legal outcome, 936 people were placed under criminal investigation for health and safety law violations. The investigation found that Ruihai Logistics committed a number of safety violations, including illegally storing hazardous materials and building a freight yard. Ruihai Logistics license was revoked at last So on 8 November 2016, various courts in China handed jail sentences to 49 government officials and warehouse executives and staff for their roles in circumventing the safety rules that led to the disaster. Yu Xuewei, the chairman of Weihai Logistics, was sentenced to death with a 2-year reprieve. At the same time, Yu Xuewei was also fined over 700,000 yuan, which converts to USD is 100,000 USD. After the disaster happened, 10,269 enterprises were suspended while they improved their safety standards, and there are 2,550 were permanently shut down at that time. The China government also met new requirements for communication between the chemical industry and public safety officers. And that's all for me, and I will pass to the next member.
Okay, next we go for the recommendation for Tianjin explosion. Firstly, we can do is identify and control the ignition sources. Ensure that the potential ignition sources, such as a naked flame, sparks, and mobile phone, are kept away from the areas where a flammable substance are present. Once the ignition sources have been identified, the next step is to implement the control measure. This measure can be categorized into the safety measures, equipment and maintenance, training and awareness. We can also use a proper storage and emergency procedure if an incident that could lead to explosion occurs. The next step we can use is the storage of the flammable material. For example, one of the steps is store the flammable liquids and gases in the designated areas with adequate ventilation and the fire protection measure. Use a containers designed to prevent from leaks or spill. And lastly, we can do is the regular equipment and maintenance. Conduct the routine inspection and maintenance of the machinery and equipment to identify and fix the potential hazard. This include checking for wear and tear, leaks, and other signs of the damage. Okay, last but not least, we go to the conclusion. Ensuring a safety in the tower crane operation and preventing the explosion incident requires a comprehensive and multi-layer approach. By fostering a safety culture, providing through the training and preparing for the emergency and complying with the regulation, perhaps organization can significantly reduce the risk of the accident. The Tianjin explosion served as a stark reminder of the importance of the stringent safety measure, proper handling of the hazardous materials, and effective emergency response protocol to prevent such tragedies in the future.